Good evening. It's Rando Gamer again. We're looking at getting this next video up here shortly. This is session 12 of the Fall of Pride. Um, so we meet back up with the party as they're outside of this temple. Um, Tar has a little bit of a moment of kind of like really wanting to continue on this whole regeneration train and um, the party is willing to kind of support that and make it happen. So there's a really strong bonding moment where everybody kind of helps out with the process of her becoming what her old self was or what her new self is going to be. We also see some sort of changing regiments that Cain is sort of implementing because he's trying to break through some barriers in like his physique. Um, and then we head into the Temple of Mana, where we have two unexpected encounters. One with a new member to the party, and another one with um, kind of a giving insight to what each individual needed to do progressing. So it kind of was um a lot of character depth added, especially towards the end of the session. So overall, it is a very exciting one as far as like a turning point in uh, the campaign and kind of an eye open of like the threat that's looming and the potential of the threat that we're worried about not being the only thing that we need to be worrying about. But hopefully you enjoyed the session. We had a lot of fun playing. Just finished up finals, so hopefully we get through a handful more videos before my next set of classes start up. But if you like this video, please give it the old like and feel free to subscribe or hit the bell to get notifications whenever I drop new videos. We'll see how many I can get out before classes start up again, and then we might slow down for a little bit. But hopefully I can keep it to at least one a week. We'll see how things go. But thank you guys for watching.
Pride. The party had just killed an ancient black shadow dragon, albeit in a disappointing way. Aslan had succumbed to the power of the Eye of Vecna and used Disintegrate to take the dragon down, turning it to ash so you could no longer harvest the dragon's wing. The main reason why you went to go fight it in the first place. From the aftermath of the battle, you were able to obtain a couple of items. A pretty hefty lump sum of gold and platinum was given to the players, as well as a robe of stars and the wings of flying. I believe the robe of stars went to Raven,
Yeah.
and the wings of flying, I don't recall.
Went to Tar. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, dude, the wings of flying are so cool.
Yeah, really cool items that were dropped there. Lots of pretty cool uses for those. But speaking of Tar, Tar had taken some massive damage from the acid breath of this ancient black shadow dragon, which had melted Tar's armor down all the way to her metallic core, which was a shock to most of the party members that she was not human. She had all these metallic features and could barely move or let alone speak, not only of embarrassment, but of like just pure trauma that this secret has been revealed. So, just right before we were able to get some medical treatment to Tar, Aslan had an interaction with Vecna himself, a vision in his mind, where they had spoken about just making sure that Aslan was going to stick to the plan of retrieving the Vecna item, the hand of Vecna. And that if that was the quest that they were working on and they retrieved the hand, Vecna would allow Aslan to use the power of the eye with no consequences, as long as he held up his end of the bargain. In the midst of that conversation, Aslan had revealed part of the reason that they were on this quest to begin with was to obtain some items for Raven, of which Vecna laughed in his face, saying that Lysandra would, that it seemed so foolish that she would send you on this fool's errand to get these items that she could so easily get herself. It was shrugged off, but it was said. So, as of right now, Aslan, although still looking like a elephant, is not under the power of Vecna, or at least as he knows. So, once he was able to gain control back for himself, he used regenerate from the pureness of his heart and for justice to bring life back to Tar. And in doing so, it did not restore the metallic features. Instead, restored most of the right. It was the right side, right?
It was my lower left knee down to my left foot is human. My entire right arm is human, and then
yeah. So her limbs were restored to a human's anatomy. So as of right now, Tar is something more akin to a cyborg. But due to parts of the body that were healed, Tar is able to let out some sound from her vocal cords. Can't speak, but can release sound. Improvement is to be made, and potentially there's a potential for Tar to speak again. Now, it was revealed to the Stoneheart Vanguard that that you guys were trying to retrieve the Vecna items, and they just said, no, fuck that, to everything about that, and they left immediately. That you guys had saved their lives because they would have died to this dragon, and they viewed it as an equal trade to just leave you be. But Raven was able to go find the Stoneheart Vanguard before they got too far away, and was able to get information out that the place where they saw where this journal could potentially be was up at the top of the mountain. There is a old dwarven path, like stairway, that leads all the way up to the other side at the peak, where there's a temple. And this adventurer had camped outside and succumbed to either frostbite or died to cold. And when they were there, they didn't see a journal. But after Raven had come back to give this information to the rest of the party, there was some emotional scenes that happened between Gladdek, Raven, and Aslan. Aslan feeling so terrible about what he's done that he doesn't remember whether he was the cause of it, or even if he was, he had no intention of hurting anyone in the party. And with the help of Gladdek and Raven, were able to pull Aslan up out of the hole he was in order to just keep moving forward as a group. At the same time, Tar woke up from her unconsciousness and was still dealing with her mortality and the trauma that has now been brought back to where she almost died. She was going to fail her clan, she was going to fail her brother. And that's when Gore came up and reminded her of her inner strength, that it doesn't matter the amount of times that we fail, it's the fact that we're trying. So all of the emotional growth that was healed between the party, we all gathered back up to head up the trail, this ancient dwarven trail up to the temple. You guys were able to get up to the top, find this campground that had been snowed over many a times, and were just barely able to find this journal that is completely frozen solid. And that is where we ended the last session. We were at the very tip-top peak of the mountain range, at the foot of this massive temple that sits at the very top. It's pretty close to nightfall at this point, and it's very cold. You're up above the storm, so there's not really much wind, but it's very cold, and there's low oxygen, but you guys aren't really facing any super negative consequences as of right now, but you will need to set up shelter, or you will start to have some negative effects.
DM,
Cain.
how much are me and Gladdek affected by this weather condition?
Well, I'm not going to say that you're resistant per se,
Okay.
but I will say that you will last longer without any protection than they would be.
Okay. Okay. So it's still, okay. It's still imperative that we cover up.
You are inherently used to the cold, but it is still cold. Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Tar's right arm is like actually, and like her left leg are actually like shaking from the cold as she's wearing like nothing but damaged armor.
So, one more question of clarity as on a meta level.
Mm-hmm.
Tar isn't completely flesh.
Right arm, left leg, and kind of the in between.
Gotcha. Okay.
Aslan would give her some of his clothes, as he doesn't really need that much. Being a mammoth, that is.
Well, yeah, Aslan, not only you being like part mammoth, but also your hellish features that you have obtained, you're not really affected by the cold as much. I'd put you in the same boat as Cain and Gladdek, to where you're not exactly resistant, but the internal heat that surrounds your person is kind of keeping you warm.
Hell yeah.
Well, should we start building some shelter? I think it's a little too dangerous to be heading back down at this hour. We won't be able to see the sketchy ass steps as we're going down, so.
I agree, Gladdek. Yes. Should we? Are there like any rocky caves at the top of this mountain, or are we going to build? Are we going to build like a fucking igloo?
There is a wall to the side of you, like a cliff, not a cliff, but like a ridge next to you that goes up a little higher. So it can protect you from the wind from that direction. However, there are not really any caves per se. You could try going into the temple. But just as a side note here, Yezreel, you are a part of the party. I just had you in NPC mode leading up to this point.
Okay.
I'll just turn over to Yezreel. What do you think? Should we build up a little bit of a shelter to get out of this, or what?
Yeah, you build a shelter. Let's try to build it near at least some sort of cliff face, so we have protection from the wind from at least one direction.
Can we take like 45 minutes to build up a shelter?
Yeah, I'd say you've got about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours of daylight before it's going to start getting dark. So you can take some time to try to put together some kind of shelter. It's going to be tough. Tents will probably blow away in the night, but you could probably secure them down.
I'm going to make a huge ass snowbank to go around the parts of the wall that like just to help block some of the wind, you know? Because I imagine like the wall is before the cliff face, like Yezreel's saying, so like we're kind of like, you know.
Imagine the 1,000 steps from Skyrim, where we're up towards the top, and there's a cliff's edge to your left, and then to the right is like a rocky wall.
Gotcha.
So you've got maybe a 15-foot stretch. I'm going to have you roll survival, but I'll give you a +4 to the roll because of previous experience and your previous home life.
Can I have advantage? Not because people
are
helping.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you advantage.
I'm proficient in surviving, so can I help him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me roll.
Well, hold on. Let me, because I think
16.
You might be better at survival than me.
Oh, okay. I have a +6 in proficient.
I'm only +4, but I am proficient, so I'll just take yours.
Okay, I rolled a 16.
Roll one more.
Okay. Yeah, 20. Oh, that's better. 18.
Great.
Nice. Well,
Now,
plus the +4 on top of that.
yeah,
So it's 22.
Yeah, so Cain, with your expertise, you've been caught in many a storm, and you've had to save like younger, like townsfolk, like children that have decided to play games out in the mountains that you had to take refuge in to before you could take them back home from the storm.
Right.
You've had to make shelters, and you pointed out some strategies to compact the snow in a way to where it won't fall over if you bump into it. So with Cain's guidance, yeah, you're able to make a pretty solid, like you don't have enough time to like form a solid roof before it gets dark, but you have
Just a
enough
big enough
wind.
wall. Yeah.
You have enough windbreak from all sides to where you'd be comfortable but still cold.
Even Aslan. I'm going for Aslan size wall. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
I'm gonna kind of teach them with my survival. I want to kind of show them how to make an igloo basically with this, and how making a fire will help protect us, but we need to make it thick.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Well, I mean, I would assume that I'm familiar with like snow, like igloos
Yeah.
and stuff.
That-
It's more of a matter
That's
of time.
essentially what Cain is helping you do, is like
Oh.
fortifying it enough to where once it melts on the inside, it will just freeze over and harden. Like, but yeah, you're not able to get a closed roof, but you do get that effect. Like, maybe not to like a Squidward level, to where you just have a giant ass cylinder, like instant fortress style, but like, you have a
Yeah.
pretty solid wall.
Which would be handy right about now, Dre.
Stupid.
Hey, blame it on the giants and the trolls.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna let that thing open. The thing was full of holes. We'd all be fucking cold. And I have a fucking wish spell in my back pocket. Did you?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I know you are. I was playing into it.
There's probably not a lot of stuff to burn up here, huh?
No, there is not. You guys can check for stuff in your inventory. Your pack should have stuff to start fires, but you may not have enough like flammable material to make one.
Would rope, hempen rope be a good burn?
I mean,
For about
it
20
wouldn't
minutes.
burn
burn
up-
for long.
You could heat. I mean, you could use torches. Like you could make a pile of torches. But rope would probably burn too quickly because you don't have a way to, like, either stop it from just burning out and like singeing at the front, or just stopping it from burning altogether, like a fuse.
Tar's
I have an ink bottle.
I have some candles, and I also have an entire stove.
Oh, it's
Oh,
got a
The
stove!
stove is great.
the stove!
Stove!
Aslan, you need to cook something for us to stay warm.
Tar holds up.
Also,
Okay.
I have heat metal. I could just warm up your armor,
That would hurt, I think.
or
That is
just I
stupid.
could warm up a piece of metal and you sit around it. Either way.
Exactly,
The
the stove.
the heat of your stove while it like constantly cooking would be enough to keep people from getting frostbite, I would say.
Yeah, he'll do that. He'll just kind of keep stuff cooking.
Tell me what you cook.
Dude, French onion soup. I just-
Yeah, he definitely is making some winter food, like some stew. He's making some like beef and chicken stew.
Beef and chicken stew. Okay.
Yeah, with some green and red peppers in it, as well
Sure.
as a bit of corn and rice to go on the side, kind of if you wanted to
Oh.
make curry.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you want to
And he
imbue this
just
with
keeps a large pot of that going on the stove.
dope? Good party soup. Are you going to imbue any magic into this dish?
Yes, he will. He will. Let me see what I can imbue.
How long does that imbuement last? Because isn't this at the end of the night?
We decided it was as long as a meal lasts, so I think like 4 hours, like how we digest food.
Oh, oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna like say in flavor wise that the heat that you feel inside is not just from the stove, but it's the magic that's running through your system.
Tar kind of pulls out her small. She keeps a little bit on hand for her bows, but she hands Colonel Maxwell. Are you in costume?
No, I'm not in costume, sir.
So you just Maxwell. She just hands Maxwell some of her gunpowder.
I'll imbue it with cure disease to kind of stave off colds.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, I love
Fantastic.
that.
Okay.
Thank you, Evan. I love that.
Just give me a quick cooking check.
Oh, it's a 17. Good old
Great.
plus 15.
It's tough because, I mean, you don't have everything that you would typically have with you, and under such cold conditions, it took a while for it to actually heat up and stay hot. But eventually, you're able to put together a pretty hearty meal and exactly what everyone needed. And Tar, you said you were giving Cain some gunpowder?
Yeah, to use for fire, to make a fire.
Yeah, I'm like halfway. I'm like literally like Goku style, like you know what I'm saying? Like dropping down this food as you come over, and I just have like rice and this like gravy type of curry mixture all over my face. What is this?
She tries to speak just because but it's just little sounds before she stops, and she kind of like puts her hands on her brows. She's a little frustrated that she can't speak yet, as she then signs for a fire.
Oh, I take a sniff, and can I identify that it's like gunpowder?
I mean, you're a pretty seasoned adventurer. You've used these for more destructive purposes, but yes, it's gunpowder.
How much is this?
That's a vial's worth. She has quite a few amount of vials and
Thank
barrels.
you. I'll just put this here. I'll save that for the right time.
She like looks at you as you put it away, as like her right hand like arm is shivering and her left leg is shivering, and she goes, "I cannot eat the soup to stay warm. I was hoping you'd use it for a fire."
Oh, sure.
But she hands you another one. You can use this one for whatever you wish.
Sorry, I think I misinterpreted why you were giving this to me in the first place. Sorry, I think it's just because you interrupt. I was in the middle of eating, and I just. Anyways,
No, you're right. She's like,
DM?
I apologize, and she kind of like walks away.
No,
She's
no,
just
no.
standing there shivering, just watching you guys all eat hot soup.
I'll just like stand up. I'm gonna like bamf up this fire with gunpowder.
Hell yeah!
Okay. We're gonna need to pull in some resources because I don't know if anyone actually has wood. So like I said, we could probably make like a pyre of torches or
yeah,
like.
I have a torch because of my pack that I have, so I'll just throw my torch in.
She puts her torch in. And her
Yeah.
cinder box to be used for one.
I would be surprised if someone didn't have a torch at this table. To be honest, I feel like enough to start a fire, right?
I do not have a torch.
Are you serious, you guys?
Listen, about
I got
that.
smoky tobacco.
About that,
Tar hands you her torch to add to the rest.
Come on.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I mean,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cain, if we're really worried about it, I think we've got 3 great flame tongue great axes.
Items don't burn.
But they produce heat, don't they?
The specific items that you have do produce
Gladdek,
heat.
you're a genius. I
This whole
pull
time,
out-
Gladdek's been off on the side, just fucking smoking.
Yeah,
These
dude.
idiots.
I just pull out my fucking great axe, and I'm just like, and I just say, flame, and it just is on fire now.
She
Oh,
hugs close
shit.
to your axe like no other right now. She has like her left foot and her right arm just like next to it. She just like shows like a body emotion of relief.
Gladdek, your wisdom in this moment shows me that I have much to learn.
Well, Laddie,
real
I
quick,
think sometimes we just have to slow down instead of jumping to whatever crazy conclusion pops in our head.
Real quick, Dahlia, I'll give you just a quick synopsis. We'll get into more detail on the break. Basically, after you guys took down the dragon, there was some emotional trauma that was shared between several of the characters, and now you're up on top of the mountain at the end of a temple, and you guys created an igloo to take shelter. That's where we're at right now.
Like half of an igloo.
And Tar's a cyborg now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tar is
A
no
lot
longer
happened.
full machine. She's something in between. That rhyme was intentional.
That was good,
I've been
actually.
thinking about
Yeah,
that since
there was
the start of the
a
session.
there was a power of cool regenerate spell that was used, and the parts of Tar's body were regenerated back to her human form.
Okay. I'm assuming this happened
Sure.
last
Yes.
session.
And dude, some of her vocal cords were repaired, so potentially hinting at a future where Tar's not signing anymore.
So she's got a left leg, a right arm, a bottom jaw, and some skin patches all over the place.
So,
Okay.
as we all flame on to all of our magical axes and put some torches around and have this hearty soup around, nighttime starts to approach. As each of you kind of look over at the sunset, this is an experience that some of you have never seen before, but like Aslan, Dahlia, and Gladdek, you guys are all familiar with seeing the sunset up so high. Being that Dragonborn from Aralas are come from the northern mountains of Aralas. It is beautiful. There's nothing blocking the view of the sunset. You don't feel that same heat, but it's like an interior warmth that you feel that it's kind of never been explained. There's a certain type of power that you feel being in that scenario, but that presence is there all the same. As the sun starts to drip a little lower, you start to see hints and occasionally bursts of aurora borealis streaming through the sky.
Cool. What colors?
All different kinds of blue hues, like blues, teals, purples, indigos, streaming across the sky as if the gods are surfing across the stars.
Oh!
That is cool.
What a line, DM.
As the moon starts to rise, what would you all like to do? You guys were able to maintain a certain level of warmth to where none of you are going to have negative effects waking up in the morning. However, Aslan, though your cooking setup does revolve mostly around magic, you're going to need to start to pick up supplies soon. Otherwise, you're going to have to rely solely on magically created ingredients.
Okay. I would like to talk to Tar.
I have a thing I want to do, but it's outside of conversations.
Okay, we're gonna go in order of Discord, and I'll skip over to
Okay.
each people.
Okay.
So Aslan, please.
You know, I'm surprised how well that spell worked on you, but I want to try and continue doing it every time you take damage. Maybe after so long, there won't be metallic pieces to replace.
Wow.
When he says this, Tar kind of thinks about it for a second. Hey, is your great axe like in the ground?
Yeah, I imagine I put it near the stove. That's also warm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Gore, Dahlia, and Cain all have flame tongue axes that are all kind of porched down into the ground.
Oh, what a fucking picture in the mind.
Tar kind of looks at you, looks at the axe, looks at you, takes about 5 steps back before she just runs full speed and slams her left shoulder into the hinge, the gap between her arm and her shoulder for her arm into the blade of the flaming axe to try and cut
for
her arm
fuck's
off.
sake!
What the fuck?
You know, I think there would have been a more reasonable way to do that, but Who am I to say? I'm also got the guy with the person in his head.
I'm
Does it
gonna
even do
just
anything?
I'm just gonna say you take a flat 10 points of fire damage.
Is the arm still on?
Well, it's gonna take a pretty great amount of force to go through metal. Someone's gonna have to swing it at you.
She's
But you
Is-
do get cut and burned.
is Maxwell like? Are you still like eating and not paying attention?
I mean,
I think
I
we're
don't
all
think
aware
it-
now.
Yeah, I think we all saw you. Yeah,
Well,
like I might have not been paying attention, but when I saw you run towards a flaming axe, I might have noticed. Yeah.
She points at you and goes and just aims at her arm and she holds her arm out.
I just looked at you with a look of confusion and empathy. And
She
don't
just
say anything.
points more aggressively at her shoulder and looks at you.
Dahlia, would you mind helping? Since you're some close friends.
Oh yeah, she looks at Dahlia and just goes, "Help!" Yeah, she makes a few like noises.
Much like here in the meta world, Dahlia is oblivious as to what you want her to do, and she goes, "How? What do you want?"
Let me give you some context here. Part of the information that you missed was Tar coming to terms with her newfound morality, and like she viewed like her almost dying this time as a failure to not only her clan but to her brother. Gore was able to talk her out of it, and now Aslan is trying to turn the rest of her body human, and now she's trying to self-harm to get to that point.
And she left the armor clad because everyone saw her face. And
Like I
her,
said, we'll get into more detail later once we have a bit more time, but that's the gist of what's going on right now.
she just signs to you, "Cut it off, Dahlia. Cut this arm off."
Maybe this would be best done in a tent with more privacy, at least.
She asks you, like, are you sure this is what you want?
She nods very, very aggressively.
She reaches forward and grabs that arm by the wrist and pulls it outwards and gives you one last look, like,
I'm gonna give people a chance to react to this before we do it. Cain?
Right as I see Dahlia, like, you trying to take this in as you're deciding what to do, as you reach for your weapon, I'll just walk up behind you very, like, in a very calm sort of way and just put my hand on your shoulder. And I'll just, not in a whispering tone, but speak into your ear, and I'll say, "This may be what she wants, but so much change so fast can be hard on anybody." And I'll just leave it at that and just go sit back down so I can finish my food.
Does anyone else want to have a chance to react before this happens?
Yeah.
Basically, Dahlia is, Tar is asking Dahlia to cut off her arm so it can be regenerated again. Like,
So
do you
I
have
think-
something to say on that? We'll go with Yezreel first. I was just catching Katie up.
Okay.
Israel will go up to Tar and just kind of place both of his hands on her shoulders. Look me in the eyes.
Her
Is-
robotic eye looks at you.
Yeah. Are you sure this is what you want?
She kind of like looks frantically for a second, and then she like signs, "Are you trapped in an abomination's body?
I am not. I
Do you
just
know
want.
what it's like to not feel?"
I've started to feel recently again. But I just want to make sure this is something that you truly want, and it isn't just a spur of the moment. If you can tell me that much, I'll leave it be.
Her head goes down. She goes, "I know I can't do this to every part of my body. I can't just cut my head off and hope for him to regrow back my head. But in this moment, if I can get back at least an arm.
Okay. As Azrael steps back and nods at Dahlia.
Gladdek wanted to say something.
Yeah, Gladdek.
Tar, Lassie, you sound like you've got conviction, and I won't say don't do it, but I'm not exactly sure now is the right time. We're up on an abandoned temple in the middle of the snow and wind. Unsure if there's anything up here since no one is alive in said temple. And while I feel Aslan has the magical capacity for regenerating this arm, if something goes wrong, now you're down an arm for any conflict we have after this.
She kind of her eye kind of slides to the right as she's kind of like thinking, processing, and her shoulders kind of go down, and she signs, "You're right. I didn't think of that. And we'll wait."
Raven, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Mine was just gonna be reaction.
Okay. So Tar, I'm gonna leave it ultimately up to you.
Well, it's up to Dahlia. Like, she's the one reaching
Dahlia
for the
just
weapon
sitting there.
right now.
They were
Well,
ready.
I guess up to both of you, but Tar, this was your decision to at least initiate.
I'd at least like to say
Oh, sorry.
I don't believe as strongly as to just take your entire arm off. I was thinking more just naturally as you get damaged. But if we have to do it this way, how about start smaller? I
Alright.
think that's fine. Maybe the vocal cords would be a nice place to start, in my opinion.
Alright, ultimately, it's your choice. You've been my friend for a very long time. If this is what you want me to do, I will do it. But if you want to wait,
Picking up
then
something?
we will wait.
Yeah, I just don't know if
She
I.
pats you on the
Have
shoulder
it.
and goes, "Let's wait."
Okay.
Spit out your idea.
Well,
Oh.
it's
Hold on, Dahlia was saying something. Sorry.
Dahlia she lets go of your wrist and steps back, holding her great axe, and says, when you are ready, when the time is ready.
She hugs you.
Okay, so the plan is to cut out vocal cords then.
Yes, or try to, I guess.
Yes.
Do you have an idea?
I do.
Okay, well, just say what your idea is, and we'll see
So-
if it can work.
I want to go up to her and Tar. Think of the last time where you were able to be happiest. You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to, but just do it.
Her one robotic eye starts kind of starts moving in all different types of directions as she's just thinking.
And then I'm gonna cast Modify Memory
Oh shit! Are you
Oh.
serious, dude?
on top of Encode Thoughts.
Okay, tell me how this is gonna work.
There's
So-
saves involved.
And so, as I see her thought process move and everything, I'm just gonna look into what eyes she has looking at me or not looking at me, and just kind of like glitter's gonna start. Little glitter S type stuff is gonna come around and around her brain as Modify Memory happens, but it's gonna modify to be even happier, while Encode Thoughts is going to be pulling a strand out of my hand to pull out.
Okay.
You're pulling out one of my memories?
I'm pulling out one of your happiest memories, and you're
Okay.
going to wear it as a bracelet.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
I won't make you make a save if you're willing to just let it happen.
She will. And
Okay.
then just let me know, and I'll
So-
come up with the memory.
Katie did not see that coming.
Let
Bro.
me give some theater of the mind stuff real quick before we go through this.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, as Raven starts to fly up, Raven's wings are underdeveloped, and this has been a part of the backstory that you guys have known so far. But her wings do not have like a presence to them. It's more like a small wing shape made of glitter is basically what it is. And as she flaps her wings, this glitter begins to just wrap around her head as she pulls out memories to allow you to wear them on yourself, to put you in the happiest mindset possible.
What is encode memories?
That's so cool.
So modify memory, you can just modify the memory, but I have encode thoughts that if so to put it on someone else, you have to do detect thoughts or modify memory with it to pull the thought strand out on someone else versus myself.
Wow.
So it's like in this application is very peaceful, but in another application can be used to splice together people's memories in order to change them permanently.
That's like some Harry Potter shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that you feel this, Tar, you are suddenly put in a state of bliss that you have not felt since you were human the last time with Dahlia, before the main part of your backstory happened.
Dahlia met me after that happened.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
You're put into a place where trauma was not a part of your life.
Her shoulders go very relaxed as like her eye kind of like turns off as she's just reliving that memory of when she was 14 years old and she earned her signa by killing her and her brother killing a what's that flying dinosaur called? What's the flying dinosaurs called?
Oh,
Pterodactyl?
Pterodactyl?
Yes, is the crest that's like on her mostly destroyed shoulder armor, and she's just kind of reliving that moment.
Can you describe to me what this memory bracelet looks like?
It's just gonna be what color? Well, Tar, like what colors like symbolize yourself?
Like what colors?
Yeah.
I would say a rich brown and a bright cream tan color.
There we go. It emanates who she is.
Okay.
That's cool.
So,
Tar.
I don't want. Let me just explain this narratively, and we can get back to the role play. Before we do this, I don't want to accidentally coup de grace a player. So
That's what I was. I was
although
going to
we
do a
can-
thing for that.
Okay, great. Okay, we can go through with that. I just want to explain as a DM.
What?
I although you are very skilled with your axe, I don't think that even a precise cut you can accurately get the vocal cords without severing major arteries in the process. So you're going to need some help medically before you can perform that action if you want to do it safely. So go ahead, Gladdek.
In his hand, he's got a pair of rings. Tar, may the spirit of Moradin protect you. And you kind of see like his hand glow, and he hands her one of the rings. I'm casting Warding Bond, so basically I'm splitting damage with her.
Aww.
And you have, so effectively you have resistance to all damage. Your AC went up by 1.
I'd say that she's kind of like just kind of standing there reliving that memory. So I can just see you kind of like just putting it on her.
Yeah, like at this point, Tar, you're kind of in a lucid dream, so to speak. You were reliving your memories as if you were viewing it in VR. And like you still feel the cold around you, but it's drowned by the love and peace that you feel in this moment because of Raven's manipulation to your mind. So, Dahlia, I'm not going to have you roll an attack, but I want you to describe to me how you do this.
Real quick, if I gave Dahlia one of my just regular daggers, would that increase the chances of this working?
Not necessarily. It would make
Okay.
it more. It would make it more precise. And Dahlia is proficient with daggers.
Aslan was gonna actually do the vocal cord thing because he has a dagger, but it was like a medical tool from his druid craft.
Well,
Okay.
let's just have this be a
That's fine.
team activity. Everybody say something that they're gonna do to help make this happen, and we'll just do a we'll lower the DC for this working.
It's like clamps, sponge, syringe.
Yeah, I think Aslan will take like lead surgeon here to since he comes from a medical background of druids to remove the other half of her neck or like at least as much as possible around the vocal cords and sides.
Okay. Now,
Right.
while you're doing that, Dahlia, what are you doing?
Dahlia's gonna be like up near like Tar's head and just kind of like holding her, keeping her calm, keeping her still, trying to keep her like focused on, or like keep her mind like kind of like in the moment with her, and ready to do whatever Aslan needs her to.
Best friends ever.
Okay. Now, Gladdek and Cain, what are you guys doing?
Gladdek will be kind of sitting, not kind of like when he's communing or at least attempting to commune with Morden, kind of meditative state, because he's going to be sort of reflecting the similar damage that she's about to suffer. So he's kind of prepping himself mentally for the experience he's also going to be feeling.
Okay.
And I
And
will say that I'll just stand in solidarity with Ledek, and I mean, I'm not. Kane's not necessarily agnostic, but like, you know, he's seen like Morden's shit and how it's like influenced Ledek, and I'll just add like a prayer to Morden to the air, just for to show respect to Gladek, but also to bring a little more good luck to the situation.
and finally, Yezreel, the leader of Phoenix Force. What are you doing?
Yezreel will kind of be at the side of Aslan, helping out with it, with the precise kind of like movements, with the moving of a
Pulling back
dagger.
folds and wires.
Yeah, just kind of like the hands like within as well, while Aslan actually does the cutting.
Okay, guys. Because of how cold it is here, despite your efforts to make it livable in this temporary camp, the blood is not flowing very quickly at all. It's almost as if the blood is coagulating as it's coming out. It's so cold. And Tar, you are in excruciating pain, but are not in the correct mindset to be able to experience it. However, Gladdek, it is excruciating. You feel each and every cut to the neck
Oh,
as if
shit.
the portion of your neck is being taken out instead.
Oh.
Tar, you take 25 points of slashing damage, and Gladdek, you take 25 points of slashing damage.
Will that be half since I'm resistant?
That is the half. We're splitting the damage.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know.
Do you mind if I describe kind of the process I'm doing?
Absolutely, please.
So Aslan will kind of use the reserves of the alcohol he has. He's running dry, but he has whatever alcohol he has left, he will pour over the surgical area to just sterilize it. Especially given the cold, it helps that there's not as much bacteria here.
Yeah.
As well as as you already mentioned, it being so cold will definitely help with blood loss. As Aslan, after he lets the alcohol dry off, he will then make an incision right. I guess it's like half and half, so right down the middle of her trachea, as he starts to kind of pull screws and metal bits off, he will cast Healing Word like slowly over time as he just tries to hold back the bleeding as he's just ripping metal out.
I won't make you use any spell slots for that. We'll just say that that's basically like you're giving painkillers.
Yeah, the alcohol, if he'll also hand the tar, like even though she might not be able to drink, it's something to numb.
She's still like in that dream state, so she's just standing there, kind of like.
Oh, that's right.
Tar, describe to me what you're seeing.
Right now, what she's seeing is her and her brother both running. She's on a high ledge while he's in the valley, as she's firing several arrows with rope tied to them, and she's basically hitting this pterodactyl and basically roping it, kind of like how she did with the dragon, but she's using it with studs.
Okay. Right as you're about to land, we jump back to reality as to where Aslan, you've removed the last screw and take up the last fleshy plate. And it is revealed to you the vocal cords, one being fully flesh and the other that is fully metal. It's strange to see, but you tear it out. And Tar, you lose consciousness.
Yeah, I was about to say at some point something's gonna happen.
Her single eye, kind of like the lens closes, like kind of like a camera, as her body just goes to fall.
Tar, give me a death saving throw.
Oh my god, it's okay.
Oh fuck.
Aslan will look to the rest of the group. Does anybody have any healing spells or potions? And he says that to like all of you.
Okay, hold on, let me check.
One moment, laddie. And
I
I
have a greater
cast
potion of healing. Oh.
Spare the Dying.
Oh, perfect! Perfect,
I'm
dude!
gonna
That's like
need
the
this.
fucking
I rolled an
I
8.
need that spell and I need that potion if you can spare it, please.
I have 2 potions of healing.
I need those potions, please.
What does it look like when you cast Spare the Dying?
So kind of this whole time there's a spectral little like fiery like link between Tar and I. So every time there was a decision, you kind of like see the like spectral thing kind of like glow towards me, and then you see like a similar sort of incision that's like this fiery glow happen. So kind of like keeping whoever I'm connected with, it makes me aware of what wounds they're taking. And as she loses consciousness, I feel like there's a disconnect, and then I reach out, and there's kind of like this wave of warmth that goes over to Tar.
Cool.
So, Tar, you are now stabilized and you were brought back into that vision as if it were a dream. And it's almost as if you hit stop on the VHS and the little bit of static happens, you hit play and it goes back to the scene. And you're able to stabilize and you put down a healing potion to make sure, but Tar is stable.
Cool.
However,
Aslan
will not
continue.
However, will not be stable for long. You will need to start casting Regenerate before she loses consciousness again.
Before doing that, he's going to remove some parts of the scalp and skull area.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna reach for more. Okay.
Medicine check, please. This is going to be a pretty high DC.
Oh,
27.
oh, damn.
27 is good.
DC was 25.
Oh shit!
Oof. Oof.
Okay.
Oh shit!
You realize that as soon as you see Gladdek kind of hunch over a bit to feel that disconnect and like bring Tar back, you know that you have minutes at best, and you work quickly with the precision of a surgeon. And it's tough because it's not skeletal material that you're removing, it is metal. So you have to resort to hammering with the pummel to break off bits of metal, and you try as quickly as possible. Tar and Gladdek, you guys take another 25 points apiece.
Oh fuck!
I'm no longer stable.
Take another death saving throw.
Oh
I failed.
fuck me!
He'll pour. So did we use one potion or all of the potions?
We only
just
used one
used
potion.
one.
I'm gonna.
Okay, he'll use the potion of
Hold
greater
on.
healing. Oh,
Okay.
Life transcendence won't work here.
Oh,
DM.
You deal damage to
to myself.
Oh
to...
wait, no, that would absolutely work. What? Yeah, go ahead and cast that.
DM,
Oh,
narrative wise, are you not wanting spare the dying to be used more than once? Because it's a cantrip, so I can use it as long
No,
as Gladdek.
you can definitely use it. It's just spare the dying does not bring them back to consciousness. It just
Makes them stable.
it stabilizes them. Now, before you cast spare the dying, Raven, describe to me what it looks like when you use life transcendence.
I'm
What?
gonna transference.
What does that
transference.
I'm just gonna take out the one that I have, and then there's gonna be green energy that surrounds me to take the damage for myself. And that's pretty much what's gonna happen. It's just the green cloud is gonna cover me.
You guys see like energy being like pulled out of Raven. You hear like yelps of pain and like shrugging over, just out of flinching from the amount of pain that she feels. And then that energy is put into Tar. Roll for your damage. You take 31 points of damage, and Tar, you heal for 31.
Oh my gods.
Wow.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds
Okay.
Oh, good call. Good call, Aslan.
for everybody.
Oh good shit.
And
Everybody heals 24.
Perfect. You'll see Gladdek kind of like beads of sweat are starting to go down his head now as he's maintaining this connection and kind of like holding her leg since he's kind of meditating in a kneeling state. Another surge of warmth goes up to stabilize.
Okay. Now we're going
Wow.
to go through
What a
the
fucking
result
deal.
of that. We're going to go through the result of that medicine roll. Over the course of 50 points of blunt trauma and slashing to your body that you have felt yourself, Gladdek, and the damage you have caused to yourself, Raven, in order to keep Tar on this plane of existence, and the assistance from everyone else emotionally and physically. I need Aslan to cast Regenerate.
He does
Here we
so.
go.
Now, this takes an hour. And it is absolutely excruciating. Gladdek, how long does that spell last of yours?
An hour, so however long
Perfect.
went
You've
before.
got about
and-
40.
Yeah.
You've got about 45 minutes. Tar, you're in this state of like the middle of consciousness and not, to where you're dreaming but you're still awake. It's a weird medium to be in, to where the potency of Raven's spell has degenerated over time just a little bit, and to where you're able to have glimpses of what's actually happening to you, feeling that there are holes in your face and like slashes taken out of your neck. And as soon as you freak out, you're brought back into this state. It's emotional and spiritual whiplash that you are dealing with. And Gladdek, although you may not be feeling that kind of emotional and spiritual pain, you are feeling the physical side of it 1,000-fold. To where you feel all the parts of your body that are intact, you feel are being put back together. And that reformation is excruciating. Cain.
I see that Tar is like at this point kind of like struggling as far as like the procedure goes, and to limit her harming herself, I'm going to quit my little prayer stuff, and I'm just going to go pin her arms down and sit on her arms so she can't move her arms and flail about to potentially compromise shit.
That's really smart. Holy shit. Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Cain.
Yes, someone should get her legs as I like start like holding down the fort.
Over the course of an hour, Gladdek, You have never felt so much pain in your entire life. A feeling that parts of your body had been removed and rebuilt at the same time.
That you already have. I'm sure that's alien.
You feel a pain that is not yours but is yours at the same time. The emotional and physical toll that you are feeling is overwhelming at best. However, at the end of your 45 minutes, your spell peters out, and you feel that relief of mortality.
But it's up to fucking her now.
But it's up to Tar. In the last 15 minutes, Tar, you have successfully conquered the dragon with your brother. You walked off into the sunset. What would you like to say as you were walking along this beaten path?
As she's walking with him, and she's holding on to the skull of the pterodactyl, she looks to him, and she smiles underneath her temporary helmet, and she's looking at the pride of her little brother. And she just kind of puts her hand on his shoulder and goes, "You're going to be a great warrior and a great leader. Thank you.
I only wish to be as good as you one day."
You're going to be better. I'm going to keep kicking your ass till then."
I promise I'll be better than you.
We'll see. She gives him a slap on the back, knowing it's going to be true.
I did most of the work anyway.
True. But if I didn't tie him down, he would have just took you off to his babies, and then you would have been baby shit.
But, fine.
I'm kidding.
Just
kinda-
don't ever go easy on me.
I would never. I would hinder you. And
I love you, sister.
I love you too. And as she says that, do you mind if I kind of do a little interpretation to this?
Absolutely.
As she says that, she puts her hand on his shoulder and she like puts the forehead portion of her helmet to his. The image kind of changed to the moment of her on the battlefield with her brother, as he has his broken sword in her neck, and as he's just sitting above her, she at that moment put her forehead against his in her last dying moment.
As you're about to lose consciousness from this ethereal dream, all you can hear is the echoed words as you return back to consciousness in the prime material plane in current day. The only words that you hear: "I thought you wouldn't go easy on me." And you wake up, suddenly able to scream.
She screams a blood-curdling scream.
You scream!
Aslan hugs her. Just
yeah,
holds her tight.
Yeah, I did off her arms and just let her up.
You're okay. You made it through.
I will say before we continue on, Tar, it's going to take some time to relearn to talk.
Absolutely.
But you have full use of your vocal cords at this time.
Yes!
Holy shit!
I think there's appropriate sound for this. She just hugs onto Aslan, breathing like really hard.
As she's waking up, I have the bracelet, and I'm gonna put it on her and say, "Remember these moments. This is what keeps you happy and what keeps you whole."
Wow.
She looks at it as that last word echoed in her mind, the last word she heard before she died. And she looks at the group. She still has just the one eye, right? I don't know what's been regenerated.
You
some parts
have
of the skull, right?
up to your eye, not at your eye, but like
Okay.
you have some sense of smell and taste, and you have
shit.
your vocal cords restored.
Damn!
Does she look kind of like Voldemort with like the little holes right now because her nose is not formed?
There's no nose.
I'm gonna let you describe to the party what I'm gonna put you at 45% restored.
Wow.
It kind of looks like she has the making of like a Greek nose, like a
Sure.
hook nose. Her ears are tiny, but they're not like super tiny. Her skin, like I said, is very like I'd say like Middle Eastern type color skin, very rich brown. And her lips are kind of a dull blue color.
Wow.
I don't have. Okay.
No, I just said.
No. Sorry, I
Oh.
should have muted.
You're okay. And she just kind of looks at the group and everyone around her as she would be crying, as she just signs. And she's trying to speak as she's signing, but it just sounds like a
Gibberish.
brain dead monster.
Right.
As she just goes, "Thank you to all of you. I am not. No. I am so lucky to have a clan like you."
Cain will just shake his head and just do this, saying thank you in sign language.
Oh, you stop!
I'm going to give you inspiration for that.
Yes. And then her eye kind of zooms over and she sees Gladdek. What's Gladdek's state right now?
A little paler than normal, kind of like the cold sweat sort of look, and breathing a little bit heavier. Kind of just he's removed himself a little bit off to the side, kind of like recentering himself. But he's not making a big deal of it. He's like kind of trying to be inconspicuous.
She signs, and this time she's only targeting you. As she goes, "I can't thank you enough for what you did, and I promise I'll make it up to you. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
And you'll
Thank you, brother
see
in arms."
and you'll see him kind of like the nod, kind of like the acknowledging but not gonna say anything.
Hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Can you guys hear me better?
Yeah,
Yes.
we feel like you're pretty fine so far.
I can hear you so far. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just had the wrong mic selected. Sorry. Go ahead.
That is better though.
So, it is well into the night at this point. Still very calm. But since the events that have happened, none of you have really been focused on it. But as you guys just kind of lay back and reel in what's just happened and look up at the sky, a starless night, a moon that's so bright and full
Wow.
that is reflecting off of the snow beneath your feet. And the aurora borealis has almost doubled in vibrancy, as if the sky and nature is acknowledging the accomplishment that you have achieved.
Hell yeah.
So fucking cool.
As we end out the night, we can have people on watch if you'd like, but with your previous knowledge with Dahlia, Gladdek, and Cain, all of the predators that would be out at night don't usually travel up this far, and if they do, they'd be too skittish to like go after a group this large. So you can still definitely take watch, but you know that you're safe.
Aslan would just watch over Tar the whole night, making
Uh,
sure everything's fine.
I'll also take a watch at some point. And my watch, does the wind die down at any point tonight, or is it pretty crazy?
It is tranquil.
Okay.
You can see a massive storm brewing maybe a couple hundred feet below you. Like if you were to walk over and look at the cliff's edge, you were above the storm.
Okay.
I will tell you, it will be hard to sleep tonight because of lack of oxygen. But being in a rested and warm place is helping with that.
Okay, well, while Aslan is watching over Tar, I'm going to step outside of the the camp just outside where it's just the snow. I'll take my foot wraps off and my shoes and everything, and I'm just going to hold a horse stance until the sun comes up.
As you're doing that, Toka, my Dilo, is just gonna watch you the whole time and click.
Yeah, because I'm sure the pain I'll feel from my bare toes on the snow will be immense, but the tranquility of being in a state of mind will hopefully train me to overcome any sort of burden. So I'll just stand barefoot in the snow for another 4 hours until the sun comes up.
As everyone is kind of resting and healing from what the events of the night, and Cain, you take this as a point in time to hone your skills and prepare yourself for the next step in your journey and growth. I want you to hop in DM Secrets with me.
Ooh.
I got.
Someone's in trouble.
Oh no.
Okay. Raven does have something to talk about when she comes back. Is there anyone else that wants to do anything before the night comes to a close?
Gladdek
Char sleeping.
uh,
Sorry.
would commune with Morden, blessing his shield. Morden, thank you for giving me the strength. May you continue to fuel the fire of my forge, as he's kind of like going over his gear. Specifically, he's using his cleric forge ability to bless his shield for the next day, so that I'll have a +1 for AC.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Gladdek, you're not necessarily told anything. You are filled with a warmth that could be interpreted as pride. Not so much from yourself, but an external source of pride that you feel. Almost as if you have done something to please your God, and you are being rewarded. And after which, there are questions that are said without words, that are all around Earthforgian steel. And that could be interpreted in many different ways. But the way that it seems to come off is almost as if you're not using it to its fullest potential. He does not give you any answers, but a direction. And this is what he gives you. All right, Raven's on her way back. Okay, Raven, you said that there was something you'd like to do before the end of the night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to take out the book to see how defrosted it is.
Great idea. Over the course of the hour and of the procedure, being surrounded by the flame tongue axes and the stove, it's not completely, but you're able to open it and carefully turn the pages. You have to be very careful not to smudge any of the ink that is wet, but you can read it, and it is in Sylvan.
Ooh.
Oh, please.
The ancient language of the Fae. It should be bottom left.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, you
Got
can
it.
read Sylvan.
Hey guys, the fairy can read Sylvan.
Well, I just got to make
I
sure.
would be surprised if you couldn't.
So, for the most part, it's tough to read out. The person who had wrote down a lot of these passages seemed to have done so in a hurry and sloppy, and maybe you can ascertain that this was written at the last moments of this person's life. But you are able to ascertain that it is Mana we should be scared of.
Mana.
Vecna did not become a god because of his magical prowess, but because he could manipulate mana.
Oh, shit.
And it goes into more detail of what mana is and like some theories that all seems kind of scrupulous. That it just seems speculative at best of what he thinks mana is, and that it points to this temple as a source for knowledge of mana. But right as he's about to talk about how he couldn't get in the temple, it starts kind of petering out, as you can tell that life had left the author's body as of writing that last bit of text.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Now we gotta go in the temple.
That's what you're able to get. It's going to be very hard to keep this book safe. So you're going to have to put extra caution to make sure the pages aren't smudged, but you have recovered it and thought it enough to read.
Okay. I don't really have.
Oh, the author's name, by the way.
Oh.
Alistair the Brave.
Interesting.
Stir.
Oh, it's spelled Alistar, so Alistar.
Vampire? Sorry, that was a bad joke.
I get what you put down.
Alistair the Brave. You have never heard of this person.
Okay.
That's what you're able to find out.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything they want to do before the end of the night?
Your camera.
Oh, my bad. Thank you.
Aslan would just keep the medical tent warm, and he will stay asleep but eventually fall asleep, or stay awake but eventually fall asleep.
Aslan and Tar, I'm going to give you both a point of exhaustion.
Sure.
Aslan, because you're staying up later and the intensity of your performance, as well as Tar, though you were at peace for most of that operation, your body still felt that trauma, and you were not able to rest very well because of it.
Okay.
Israel, like, when everyone's still kind of like near each other before we split off, just go, how in the world did I get so lucky to be stuck with a bunch of adventurers like you? Never thought my life would have gone this way.
Wow.
But thank you.
Take this away, DM.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, guys. As the morning starts rising, Aurora Borealis disappears with the rays of the sun, pushing it away. As if the new day is putting you all on a clean slate. The sun starts to rise. The temperature rises with it. As outside, Cain, you are, although being used to the cold, I'm not going to give you a point of exhaustion, but you do feel frostbite kind of gathering up at your fingertips and toes. It's not anything major and can be treated like pretty easily just by putting some warm clothing on in time, but any more exposure could be dangerous.
Yeah, I'll just like some of my hair has frost and ice building up on it, and as those like sun rays come up over the peaks, I'll just take it in full force as much as I can and just revel in that moment, and then finally go put some fucking shoes on.
You took the equivalent of a dry, cold bath.
Sure.
So, as morning starts to happen, Aslan, are you going to prepare anything for breakfast?
Yes, actually, and he'll do more than that. He will prepare, given his supplies, he will prepare more like a gruel, something to
Nice.
satiate the hunger, but given the lack of supplies, it's nothing great. It's
A
just some
lot of
slop.
carbs.
Yeah, it's high in carbs and calories. It's still warm food, but it's just slop, really. But also the purpose of this is it's pureed to the point that Tar can eat it currently,
Oh,
given
there
her
you go.
state. And
So it's
he
like
will also,
it's like a porridge.
yeah, exactly. And he'll spend his morning kind of going over the alphabet with Tar.
Aw. Wait, can I eat? I don't know if I have
Yes.
a stomach. Oh my
The
god.
porridge for sure.
You will have, it'll be interesting how it digests, but you can ingest and get nourishment.
That's cool.
Wow.
He'll keep a log to make sure, like, he'll ask you, can you taste it? Do you smell? All that kind of stuff.
I'm like a rehab patient for a very special program.
Yes,
never
no,
happened
you
before.
essentially 100%. You are that right now.
Yeah, that all of Aslan's effort outside of making some food for everybody goes to Tar.
Dude,
Yes. So
Okay.
you are a rehab patient that is fully healed.
Yeah.
It's a strange thing. Sorry, go ahead.
You can sell this book. Make sure you do your character notes at all. Like this would be a great medical book, just in general.
Yeah, he will,
Ooh.
in a druid craft kind of way, he will keep track of this experience for others' knowledge.
Tar, just because she's feeling so vulnerable, because like not only just the other day that she relinquished who she's been her whole fucking life and built herself on, the next day this whole group of people that she's been with come together to help make her more of her again. That every time, so she's she's feeling so fucking vulnerable right now that like after like every few sets of alphabet or as she's eating, she just repeatedly keeps saying thank you as a broadcast as she's still like signing, and she's trying to say thank you when she signs it.
Yes, I know you're grateful, but A-E-I-O-U.
I know you're grateful, but how do you pronounce it again?
You stupid.
You're grateful, but please use your voice.
What a nurse.
I'll tell you, it will take some time to regain the use of your voice, but because you were able to use it in a past life as well as like listening and like still remembering colloquialisms and whatnot, it won't take you as long as say teaching an adult to read that has never known. So
Yeah, okay, cool.
like I'll say like you can say simple phrases at this point. It's just going to take some time to get used to your vocal cords.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah, I imagine it more a speech language pathologist kind of way, like, no, angle your jaw correctly, make sure it's aligned.
Yep.
Oh,
Stick your tongue here. Put it right there.
Just grabs her tongue.
Yeah, literally, he's like, say,
William,
put your
though.
tongue out.
So, as we all finish up breakfast and head out of the shelter, we find ourselves at the steps of this shrine or temple. It's hard to say. Do you share the information that you found in the book?
Yes. I shared over breakfast, pretty much saying, well, I opened the journal that we were able to find. It was very smeared and smudged, but it gave insight on what this temple is. It's a temple that could potentially house information on someone called Mana.
None of you know what this is.
So this, yes, son.
Can you close the curtains and remove
Yes,
In just a minute.
we're about to take a
Yes.
break.
In just a minute. Go lay down.
that word?
Go
Mom's
lay.
words seriously.
Son, come on. Alright. But there's the author of the book is called Alistair the Brave.
I would say the only person who would know of a name like that could potentially be Yezreel. So I'll have you do a history check.
Can I also argue that because I've been a mercenary and I've traveled the land quite a bit, that I have a possibility?
This is a different continent, though, right?
It is a different continent.
Fair enough.
10.
Yezreel, the name Alistair is foreign by nature. It's not a typical name that's shared with most anyone from Western Yukon or Erlas. However, the title of the Brave is not one that's typically handed out, and it's only able to be given by royalty. So, whoever this person is was either very high ranked within one of the generals of the Lion Pride, or was close to that of the king, which you guys have not met.
Interesting.
So,
Yezreel will kind of give that information. Just not sure who that is, but from my knowledge, he definitely was close with some of the royalty.
So
that's interesting.
as we are approaching the steps of this ancient temple that seems to have been crafted by dwarven hands just by the architecture alone, we're going to take a break. Can
I just say one thing real quick, just to make this more picturesque? Right as we come up to the bottom of that staircase, I'll just reach out with my left hand to grab Gladdek's, and then to my right to grab, we'll just say Dahlia, and my hope is to just create a chain effect, so we can all be holding hands before we go up to the staircase.
I like this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The feeling of touch, Tar, is still very new to you, and feeling the grip of your teammates as the Phoenix Force steps up to a new chapter in the story. We will return back after.
Yes.
We'll say let's return about 9:10. The camera pans around the mountain tops, as if flying through like a drone. You see all the different peaks. You see a pack of ice wolves running to the tip of the mountain, kind of looking over for prey. As if the camera is pushed by a gust of wind, it goes and swoops around other mountaintops as you get a very far away view of the party all holding hands walking up towards this ancient dwarven temple. Each step of anticipation leading up to this ancient relic of a building. You walk up to the pinnacle of the stairwell with a massive double-wide stone doors. And it doesn't take a history check, Gladdek. This style of stonework is ancient in history, but it is definitely in the same style that the citadel and castle of your home dwarven town is built in. Maybe your ancient ancestors built this temple. Now, as you all approach the giant stone doors, what do you do?
Tar's gonna have her bow ready and have Toka behind her.
I look to the deck because he seems to have a familiar look in his eye.
Well, they're definitely dwarven.
Yeah, Israel will have one hand on the getting ready to push the doors open as he looks back at the rest of the group. Are we ready?
Tar nods.
I cast enhance ability on everybody except myself because that's the max I can do.
Wait, you cast what?
Enhance ability.
What are you enhancing?
Wait, enhance ability is concentration though.
That's fine.
But
It is, yes.
You can only test it once on one person at a time. Is what I'm saying.
That's not. How, I don't think that's how it works. Right?
At higher level, it's additional targets up to 6.
Oh,
Currently.
I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
it
mind.
lasts
Fuck
for
me.
an hour. Everybody gains 2d6 hit points. So you all have 4 temporary hit points.
Oh, low roll.
Drona,
Yeah.
that does not apply to you.
And I give everybody's cat grace, so they have advantage on dex checks.
Nice. Good. Nice.
All right.
Lots of ice up here.
Actually, before he opens the door, a reflex comes
Yes,
upon
Clarissa.
Tar as she like writes a druidic green rune in the air before she puts her hand out, and the ground ripples as she's gonna do summon beast, and it's gonna come out of that ripple.
What are you summoning?
Ooh.
I'm gonna summon it's gonna be like it's gonna look kind of like it's gonna look like a rhino, basically.
Oh fuck yeah.
I'm summoning a tank.
Pull up the stat block, and I'm gonna have you responsible for keeping track of that.
I already have. It's a bestial. Oh, it's a bestial spirit. So actually, what's gonna happen is the ground will wave like water as the spirit of like a. Actually, it's gonna be the thing that pulls her wagon. Those dinosaur cows.
But the wagon's down at the bottom of the mountain. We don't have the wagon
Well,
anymore.
I know. I'm summoning
It's
the
like
spirit one.
it's basically like a.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
What'd you
I'm gonna say that the one that you summoned is able to walk through the doors because they're quite large, but yeah, I'll definitely allow that to happen.
Thank you.
The stone doors are heavy and frozen solid. It takes the combined strength of the Phoenix Force to crack it open.
Nice.
As you all push the doors open, and the sun is coming up on the horizon, pouring through slits in the walls on the opposite side of the building, as if the rays of light are welcoming you inside. The rays of light are welcoming and ever so visible because of the dust that flies up from the ground as you open up the doors. In front of you,
sorry.
in front of you, you see an open chamber. Now, this is not a very large structure. You see that there's remnants of what once was benches and tithing boxes that have been broken and demolished and moved. And almost like a bonfire in Dark Souls, you see a little pyre that's been erected a few steps from the door, and it surprises you as you see a fairy sitting and chilling next to this fire, trying to keep warm.
Another fairy?
I don't know how to pronounce your name exactly, but Adrona, please describe what
Oh,
you
here we go! Here we go!
Yes,
Eighth
Adrona,
player.
that's how I'm gonna
Eighth
be
player.
pronouncing that. There we go. So as stated, I'm a fairy. Where'd it go?
How like are you like a small fairy or like 3 feet long? What?
I'm getting it. Okay, so she's gonna be small. She's about 2.5 feet tall. Little.
Okay.
Her eyes
Well-
are gonna be like a light purple color. She also has very long hair that starts out as dark purple and will fade down to red at the bottom. Well, that's what she looks like.
Do you
Can you
have
please
wings?
give that
It's okay.
description?
It's okay.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Do you have wings?
I do.
Are they like developed or whatever?
Are they developed? One second. I can actually share what she looks like.
We'll get into why that was a question here in just a second.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Okay. What kind of outfit are you wearing? Or is it the similar one in this picture?
It's about what's in the picture right now.
There you go. Okay, cool. All right, right on.
You see this fairy that with the wings clasped together in like a praying stance, as if praying to a god, just trying to warm up next to this pyre of a small bonfire equal to her size. As she looks up,
So really, it's just a small fire.
yeah,
It's not really a
it
bonfire
definitely
at all.
is bonfire to her.
It's a bonfire to her.
This is what your character looks like, correct?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So please introduce
Awesome.
yourself to the party, and then we'll give character introductions for everyone else.
We should just go in order of Discord so it's not chaotic.
All right, Aslan, go ahead and describe what you look like in your current form.
Wait, we have 2 fairies now? That's badass.
Yes, dude, 2
What the
fairies.
fuck?
I
It
was
is
wondering
cool.
on a meta level, who's smaller?
I really did.
We will describe that in a second. Aslan, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Aslan stands 10 feet tall. He weighs about 1,500 pounds. He's roughly 156 years old. He has 4 eyes. He didn't used to. He used to look like a regular old mammoth with gray fur. But now his woolly fur is black ash looking. He has 4 lava red eyes, kind of like Raven from Teen Titans, you know, and her demon form kind of look. They're like blood red lava coursing through them. He has he's not like muscular, but he's not super skinny either. He definitely has eaten a fair share of his food, as he has a Santa Claus-esque belly, like a not a beer belly, but definitely a hanging belly going on. He looks to be a jolly man outside of the 4 spiked tusks with lava cracks coming out of his mouth. A long trunk. He's still a humanoid. He has hands with thumbs. He's still humanoid, but he looks like a standing up elephant, basically.
Okay, we'll go to Cain Maxwell. You are not in costume. You are muted.
That's fun.
Sorry, my mouse was freaking out there. So Cain Maxwell is a little taller than average height, so maybe around 5'12", not quite 6 foot. He's pretty beefy. I think in some circuits he might be considered a short king. But like he has a lot of muscle, weighs like a little over 200 pounds, very, very fit. And at the moment, he's wearing camouflage pattern pants with a black belt and a sort of white wife beater that's tucked in. And he has like a very like sort of very blue eyes, blonde hair, very sculpted chin. Kind of has that Swedish sort of look. But yeah, human, and I'm about, I can't remember. I think I'm 20 something, late 20s, early 30s. I think he's probably closer to 5'8", 5'6", but he sort of projects like taller. You know what I'm saying?
He's 5'12", not 6 foot, but 5'8".
Just stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
Statement I'm going with.
I realize the absurdity of what I just said, but I'll just go with it. He sort of
It's wild.
like Cain sort of thinks of himself that tall, but really he's probably closer to 5'6".
Okay. All right. So we'll go on to Dahlia with Gladdek on deck.
So Dahlia is a dragonborn. She's a red dragonborn. I know that you specifically, baby, wouldn't have like any references towards Lotus, but essentially, this is what she's looking like. She's a barbarian, red dragonborn. Rather busty chest, a lot bustier than this, but yeah, that's what she looks like.
Okay, Gladdek and then Raven on deck.
Gladdek is a 4-foot dwarf, brown hair, brown eye. His skin appears to be a little bit leathery from spending most of his time in the forge. He's in his beard. He's got braids with 5 distinct rings currently in there. You'll see one of them appears to be like like a hardened shell. That one came from a dragon turtle. He's got one with a dragon scale, and then a couple other metallic ones with different emblems and everything on it. And then on he's currently wearing a blue tunic with his armor over it. On his armor and the tunic, there is a flame, the emblem of Moradin if your character is religiously inclined.
You would be. Moradin is the god of forging, creation, and war. I could be having that last one wrong, but so Raven with Tar on deck.
I am a fairy as well. I'm on the taller side of fairies. I'm 3 feet tall. I have dark olive skin. My eyes are like bright green, and my hair is like that silvery white color. Just my wings are underdeveloped, so it's just a shadow of glitter to outline
give
of
the idea of wings.
give the idea, yes. And then just in more royalty garb as I've been given by my master.
Wait, so how tall are you? Just for a
I'm
meta?
3 feet.
Oh, okay. So
Taller for a fairy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the very tallest end you can be.
You're in like the 95th percentile.
Yes.
All right, Tar, and then we'll finish it out with Yezreel.
Tar is, compared to the rest of the group, very much in shambles. She is wearing, doesn't really look silver anymore, but her clothes, her armor, it's all riddled and it all kind of looks like it's falling apart. She's wrapped in a scavenged cloak type shovel of random pieces. And her head is kind of a 2-piece concept. The bottom part is rich brown skin with a dull blue lips. And at the very top, kind of like the formation of a hooked nose. But above that is a robot's head with a the front part is very smooth and round, as it has just one eye that can like kind of move and like a 360 kind of feel, if I'm saying that right. And then she has like cord-like dreads kind of coming off the back and with a grayish black color. And she has
a bunch of USB-C cords.
Basically, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, she's stupid. And then behind her is wait, do we have pictures? Do I have the picture still? Behind her is like a medium-sized Dilophosaurus. Okay, what the fuck is? Okay, I just saw the slime picture, Tuck. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so that just took me off. I'm trying to find if I have the picture. If you look at the D&D hashtag, you'll see like a picture of Tar before with how her Dilo looks, but it has a very feathery upper body, while the lower body's more reptilian looking. And it's like a yellow, it's like a purple. The feathers are purplish, while the underbody is kind of like orangish.
Okay, so Yezreel, you're last. Describe yourself. Oh, fearless leader.
So, Yezreel's about 6'6", 150 pounds. Don't really honestly see a whole lot of his like form, with him wearing pretty much a long black trench coat and a hood over his face and everything, trying to stay warm. So you can't really see a whole lot of him. something that you do see through his hood and mask is his just these black piercing eyes. Although he seems more relaxed. He isn't at any sort of threatening posture. He's more so relaxed, just kind of getting a grasp of the situation, trying to figure out if you're a threat or not.
Okay. As the party is introduced, and kind of you are able to frame them up, coming out of your prayer. Is it pronounced Adrona?
Yes.
Okay, Adrona. You give them a look up and down. They definitely seem like seasoned adventurers, nothing like Alistair, but like it's strange. Um, Alistair had described to you that this is a place that was forgotten, that not many people knew of its existence. That so to find people here that are unthreatening, and at least in demeanor, is a bit surprising. What do you say as this group enters the threshold?
She's gonna look at them very confused and just address them all as a group because she doesn't know who to talk to and ask what they're doing there.
We are the Phoenix Force, and I'll like take a pose with my muscles.
Tar joins, Ginyu Force style.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I got you.
What are you doing here?
So stupid.
And I'm just like holding the pose, and there's silence, and I'm just like, so what are you doing here?
Excuse you. I asked you first.
Well, we're
Tar looks up
here
to him.
because I think I lost my keys.
He's so fucking stupid. Tar like drops the pose, like falls on her knees and just like looks to the ground. Doesn't know how to. And then she just looks up and shrugs.
Raven,
Yes.
Raven, at the drop of Alistair's name, and the fact of seeing another fairy on this plane of existence is such an oddity. Like, what are you feeling, and what do you say here?
I don't say anything. I'm studying like her wings because to me they're just so beautiful, and I'm envious that she already has them.
So they're fully developed?
They are fully developed.
Oh.
So, although Raven doesn't say this out loud, Adrona, I want you to roll a history check because you do notice that her wings are not developed, and a fairy of the age, at least from what you can see, should have fully developed wings at this point.
She's just a late bloomer.
Yeah, it is such a rare like occurrence for people to not. I mean, for fairies to not have fully developed wings, that it's almost unheard of. And those who do not have fully developed wings are usually just kept in the fairy villages in the Feywild to be kept safe. So to see one with underdeveloped wings adventuring is rare, to say the least.
Well, let's try to get an answer from Cain over there. I'm gonna ask someone else in the group. Be like, can any of you explain why you're here?
I just point over
Not
to
that guy.
Ezreal.
Not that guy.
Yeah, I just point to Ezreal.
Tar points as well.
Yeah, Dahlia will stand next to Cain and try to mimic him as much as she possibly can, pointing over to Israel.
Cain starts to feel self-conscious that so many people are pointing that he stops pointing.
Dahlia also stops pointing.
That is Tar.
Ezreal, say something already!
I just can't stop laughing right now. Yezreel just puts his hand in his face. Goes, I apologize for my comrades. We are looking for, say, an artifact of some sorts. Do you know of anything that might be here? This is where our lead took us, so just
Adrona, I won't have you roll because all that your character would know is what we talked about in DM Secrets. So you can reveal what you know if you want, but that's up to you.
I'm not going to reveal any of that yet because I don't know the group, but I would like to know the group before I reveal anything to them.
Okay.
Well,
By the
I just pipe in.
Oh.
This book tells us of Mana.
You were
What-
shown a journal from Alistair that he was writing in his final moments, and you recognize it very quickly.
Where'd you get this?
I found it.
Where'd you find it?
We
Out
found
there.
it out down on the mountainside. Do you know this guy? Like, because
I'm
we
not
don't
talking to
even
you,
know who
remember?
he is.
Oh,
I'm talking to the other fairy right now.
Oh shit.
I'll just like politely decline.
Dahlia pats you on the back, Cain says, "It's okay. You're fairy at heart."
Tar joins with a patting on the back.
I slap your hand.
She slaps yours.
We found it out there in a tent. That's about it. I had to dig deep for it. What do you know about this book?
Adrona, you've been in this temple for a few days, or probably closer to a week at this point, and you know from Alistair's passing it has been a couple of weeks, and you weren't able to find the journal after the storm had passed. But that's about all you know about this situation, Adrona.
Okay. I'll just shrug. Be like, okay.
I put it back in my backpack for safekeeping.
So
Do you
now
not know how to read? Do you not like books?
Me? I know how to read. I do quite enjoy books.
well,
Okay.
now that we've told you why we're here, what are you doing here, all by yourself?
Well, see, I was traveling, and my companion disappeared, and I took refuge in this temple here.
How long ago was that? Have you been here very long?
I've been here for a few days.
Who was your companion? Was he this bloke in the book?
I don't know you. Why would I share who my companion was?
Oh, well, silly me. My name is Dahlia. Look what I can do. And she like breathes out a breath of fire everywhere.
I was actually gonna wonder. I was asked, like, did we actually introduce ourselves, or did we just describe what we looked like? 'Cause
I'm gonna say that you introduced your names. So, Adrona, just for the sake of brevity, everyone's character's names is in Discord.
Yeah.
Tar just kind of looks at Dahlia for doing that, and just like kind of like shrugs at like why, and then she does like a apology posture to the fairy.
Well, this conversation seems to be progressing smoothly. Do you know anything else about this temple, or should we proceed on our own?
I do not know anything about the temple. I've been just kind of here by my little fire. It's not so warm, but my little fire here. Just trying to stay warm.
Sounds like we got a chance to explore it together.
Yes, I was just about to say, Adrona, I'm sure you're capable, but don't you feel more secure traveling with 7 other people?
Another fairy.
Exactly. So
I guess if you guys will let me, I will join you while we explore this temple.
All right, Lassie.
For now. For sure.
For now.
Yes.
So as
We could change our minds.
As Adrona joins the party, You all collectively start looking around the temple. Drona and Raven kind of like stick closer together just in comfort of at least being the same race. But Raven, like, ogling at Adrona's wings and Adrona doing the same in return in opposite sides of fascination. It's an interesting dynamic. But you all find yourselves in this empty, like, room. Like I said, with the broken down stools and Christ, I said the word earlier. The chests, the
Different word for chest?
Bazangas.
the tithing
God damn it.
chest. The tithing
Fucking
chests.
Christ, disadvantage on you, Dre.
But as you start walking around, you see at the very end of this temple where there's a couple of rooms that are probably for storage or just like little smaller rooms for maybe some of the prior residents. You see that there's a ring or a crescent shape of candles that have melted down that due to the amount of wax that has gathered and the freshness of some of that wax seems to be relatively recent. Maybe not so recent in the time that Adrona has been inside of this temple, but um, it's definitely been melted relatively recently. What would you all like to do while in this room?
Could I fly above to like see what the shape
Yeah,
of it looks like?
yeah. Go ahead and give me an investigation or perception check. I'll take both.
Ooh, yes, 20.
What I can do.
Yeah. So, as you look around, the shape of the candles that are set up is not necessarily significant, although you have read passages from ancient lore that, like, having candles set in a specific area can enlighten one in a more efficient manner, just bringing one closer to the flame of the inner fire of the earth. It's hard to say whether that's the shape or not, but that's the kind of idea that you have that maybe one person of in particular importance would occasionally sit here.
Okay. I'm gonna quick like jot down like a map of it just
Yeah.
in case for later.
Yeah, like just a crescent shape of melted candles. Go ahead, please.
I'm going to get on top of my my cow dinosaur that I summon.
Mm-hmm.
And have my bow at the ready as I send Toka to basically scout ahead of us by 20 feet, since they're great at staying in the dark.
Give me a perception or investigation check for Toka, please.
Sure. Perception right there. Damn it. 7.
What is the actual Dilophosaurus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, although your Dilo is not able to find anything in particular, there's a chilling breeze that's blown through as the rays of light start to lower, like, progressively as the sun is rising up. And Toka is kind of startled as one of the doors open nearby. As this ancient, decrepit figure begins walking out, hands through his sleeves, walking over, and then goes to sit right in the center of those candles as they all light up as he goes into a trance. Walking past all of you, does not flinch, make eye contact, or acknowledge that anyone is in the room, and just sits.
I'm aiming my bow at it, but I'm not firing. I'm just ready. I'm just watching
Well-
it very closely.
That's a thing that happened.
I'll just take it also a battle stance, just because Tar's making me feel like I should. So I'll just be ready as well.
Oh, stupid.
As some of you look curiously and others take a defensive stance, again, an unwavering posture is on this ancient monk as he just continues to look down with hands in sleeves and legs crossed on the dusty and dirty cushion with these burning candles on its side. Sorry if I'm sitting out of frame. I gotta be closer to the mic for this effect.
How are you all doing? I hope all is going well.
Doing quite well. Are you the master of this place?
Some would call me a fool, and some would call me master. I exist for this plane and nothing else, same as all of you.
Tar signs while holding her bow. She's kind of, her fingers are wiggling as she asks, "Are you Alistar?"
I know not of this name. Names are for the foolish. We need not but recognize our own power and free will with one another. Who we are and what we are is inconsequential. But I am not Alistair.
Her eye just looks over at Israel, but she still keeps her bow at the ready.
Well, that's, would you mind telling us what your name is?
I have been known by many names. It is one earthly tie that I have revoked myself many years ago. But you may call me the Ancient One.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I'll just give, like, while holding my battle stance with my hand on my whip, just kind of like give a polite bow of the head.
Can I roll an insight from one warrior to another to feel his intent?
You can definitely roll insight, but you don't get warrior vibes from this man.
Okay. I'm trying to see if he's a threat at 13.
It is unnerving. The amount of threat that you feel is like so beyond none. It's chilling. Like, he has no urge to do anything to harm anyone whatsoever. Negative threat.
That gives her goosebumps as like the string of her bow even tightens more.
Yezreel?
Gonna do a history check to see if I've heard of this ancient one.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
None of you have heard of this man.
It's been a long time. The Dilophosaurus. They used to be commonplace on this continent. And now they're in the continent that is called Aralas. You all have traveled far, but I feel that I was not the reason what brought you here. So what, may I ask, is your reason for seeking enlightenment in this temple?
Oh, shit.
He scares the shit out of me. Tara's gonna let Israel speak.
Yeah.
She's just at the fucking ready right now.
Yeah, like Cain is kind of holding his tongue, like you can see that he like feels compelled, but he's leaving this up to Yezreel, dude, because I don't know how this is going to go down.
I will say before Yezreel speaks, Adrona, you've been here for a few days, and not once have you ever even thought that there was a sign of life anywhere in here.
Stupid.
You were just as caught off guard.
Aslan's just cowering in the back of the group.
It just kind of looks over at Adrona and just like curious look on his face and like, do you know who this man is? Type thing.
I can't say I know who he is. Like I said, I was just chilling over by my fire up until you guys came in.
We
go ahead.
We are searching for a powerful relic. One that we'd wish to seal away so it cannot be used for harm.
You say that with an unwavering voice. You are one who has learned the way to speak in a way to make people feel comforting around you. almost like a snake.
Oh shit, dude!
You may not have any ill intent, but power brings out evil, despite your best intentions. I'm sure your friend, just right behind you cowering, has already felt this to be true. Am I right, Elephant?
Oh shit!
I mean, you're not wrong. Particularly.
I can infer from the item within your friend that you seek to find the hand. Am I correct?
That is correct. Though, we do not wish to reunite the two items.
With the fear of repeating myself once more. Despite your best intentions, despite your efforts in eliminating evil and threat from this world, evil will reign and good will reign. But even your best efforts to prevent such events will only expedite the process. May I show you an example of what I mean and why I know it to be true?
Oh no, what does that mean?
You may.
Vecna, he was alive and was honored amongst heroes when I was just a boy. It has been hundreds of years, and I saw what this power can do to one person. Vecna had everything, all of the power, all the wealth, and pursued the happiness and justice of those of humanity, of the people he thought deserved such grace. But with power, it eats away at your sanity. No matter how powerful you are, it will never be enough. He became the strongest magic wielder this world has ever known. The only thing beyond his control was the power to live amongst the gods. And so, after the first 100 or so years, where I had come to live my longest life in pure enlightenment up in this temple, Vecna came to me. He said, "Ancient One, show me how to be better than myself. How can I improve my own capabilities to protect this world?" A tongue as clever as any snake that I have seen. The one mistake and the one regret that I've been had to live with was telling him what he needed to do. You can have all the magic in the world, but the thing that separates man from God is power of mana. Vecna learned to harness this power with his combined strength of the arcane and grasped an understanding of mana within this world. His body could not contain the power he had achieved. In order to attain godhood, he performed a sacrificial ritual on himself, separating him into two parts. All his power was contained within his eye and his hand, and when combined, they could topple gods. The gods sensed this power and warned all the realms and all the planes of existence to ensure that Vecna never attained these powers together, for if they did, mana outbreaks would destroy the universe as we know it. So I urge you, your efforts may be just and they may be good, but even if you were to succeed, would you really be saving lives?
So you're saying mana is an energy rather than a person?
Knowledge of this power is unknowingly used by some and forgotten by others. Magic is the power we are able to generate within our own bodies, our knowledge, our inner strength, and what the gods can provide us. But mana is generated from the earth. Mana is generated by the world around us, the flowers that bloom, the sun that shines. The only people who have a certain aptitude to control mana are those of the clerics and those of the druids. They are able to pull power from the areas around them, unknowingly using mana. But if you were to harness this power, an infinite source from the ground beneath you, this is why this information is lost to time, and why I stand here to protect it. I share it with you because I see hope that you all could change the outcome of what is to come.
What is it that we need to do?
I cannot tell one how to live their own life. I've lived many, will tell you that soon mana outbreaks will begin. Most of you are familiar with what a mana outbreak is, although may not understand. Natural disasters such as earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, things of the like, are caused by influx of mana that have need to explode in order to reset anew, in order to continue the circle of life. The earth has too much mana, and it needs to explode every once in a while. However, Vecna has plans to be resurrected. The more magic that is consumed, the less mana that is used within the earth. It's reached a boiling point. Regardless of what you do, if you stop in your tracks, or if you continue where you are going, mana outbreaks will start. Despite Vecna reviving or not, our world has a chance to be destroyed.
So,
Do you know where the hat is?
I do not. But even if I did,
You would not tell us.
I would not tell you.
Do you know how to destroy it? Destroy this eye? Maybe?
yeah, does he like react to him having the eye in him at all?
He is unmoving since he sat down.
Of course. I wouldn't expect any less.
I assume you've tried to remove the eye already.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
As I thought.
Clearly.
Unfortunately, my friend, that eye is stuck inside of you. Maybe once Vecna is destroyed, it can be removed once more. But the hand... The only way to destroy an item of Vecna is if he were to destroy it himself. There has never been a man or being alive that has ever attempted such a feat. It may be possible, but you would have to have such an enormous control of the mana around you to be able to destroy such an item.
Well, it was worth a try. Well, you seem to know a lot about this Vecna guy. Did he have any enemies? Like, was there people that didn't like him? Is there people we should seek out to help us in these endeavors?
You are all heroes. Most people in millenniums of lifetimes would never reach the skill that you all have acquired. If anyone was able to help you, it'd be yourselves. You could.
Oh, damn.
You could put together an army. You could put together the forces of all mankind. But I feel they would all become fodder to perish amongst your trail of victory.
When oh, sorry. Yeah.
You're good.
When Cain hears that, with Aslan's response, he'll like instinctually with his free hand go for the pouch that my mask is in and just like reflect on how like maybe he's right. Maybe we are literally the most capable group on the top of this mountain right now of dealing with this at all. And I kind of tremble with my, touch to the bag.
I will not tell you how you can accomplish this task. I can tell you about the importance and the futility of the task. But with my life coming to an end soon, once Vecna is revived, I will be the first person he comes to. As the information I share with you now, he will make sure no one ever finds it out again. So, heroes, I will speak with each of you individually to help you bring out your inner strength.
Oh.
I fear I have another job to put onto you, aside from ending Vecna. So even if you are successful, the world is still at risk. Even if the world senses Vecna's return, the world will not stop trying to defeat that risk. It will continue to have natural disaster upon natural disaster until it feels that the threat has been eliminated. That the cost of killing one individual is worth the lives of thousands. But I know you all have the potential. Use the knowledge I can give you to prepare yourselves for the battles amongst men of which you fight now are inconsequential.
Oh.
Fucking chills, this guy. Holy shit.
I apologize for my eavesdropping from earlier. Aslan, kneel before me.
Ooh. Here we go.
Sure. He'll do that.
You may not have the experience, the strength of heart, the courage, or the mental fortitude to handle the outcomes of what could be. But it's the care to make sure that everyone is accounted for, is fed, and feels at home no matter where they are. Makes you invaluable to the team. You will make sure that everyone is nourished, is in good health, and protected amongst all else. If you continue to push Vecna back with your inner strength and refuse to back down, you will break Vecna's confidence that he can win. Keep building your strength of heart, and the strength of your body and mind will follow.
I will try my best.
Ladrona,
Oh, the newcomer even has a thing. Let's hear it. Sorry. That was just a joke.
Yes.
you may not feel yourself ready. You may not feel yourself ready for this task of such gravity. Alistair may have brought you into this world and nurtured you to health, but it is you who protected him. It is you who can provide peace of mind to others that need development. It is you who can help keep not only the Feywild, but this world safe as well. Keep in mind that the actions taken here could never be changed in the future or in the past, for even the beat of a butterfly's wing can change the outcome. Do your best, and you will succeed.
I will do my best.
Colonel Cain Maxwell.
Cain just kind of looks around confused. Not really sure, like, who that is.
You must accept yourself. You must accept that you, in your current form, are strong enough.
I think you might be talking about someone else, but I'll just come over to you because it sounds like you want to talk to me. And I'll just have to go over.
Oh my god.
I trust that your close friend will want to hear these words.
I could let him know, probably. I don't know. But yeah, I put my hand on my whip though, the one that was made for me, my dragon's tail. And I just fucking take it in.
There are some that are destined for greatness, and some that are born with the bravery and almost heed no caution for their own life, only that people will survive. It is honorable. But there will always be a separation in your own power when you divide yourself in two. If you find a way to combine your strength with those and of your friend, it is then when you can achieve enlightenment and learn to feed into the earth's mana.
Cain, just like something at that around that point really resonates, and he just kind of looks up past this monk, and something really sinks in deep in a way that something hasn't really just sort of defined the way he looks at stuff. And I'll just give him a little bow.
You are on your path to enlightenment already. You know what you must do.
And I'll just back away slowly with another bow.
Dahlia. Revenge. Vengeance. Justice. And power are all traits that Dragonborn inherently have when they lose another half of themselves. These are great strengths. And for some, abolishing these within oneself can be freeing. But for one such as yourself, would make you lose all hope and strength to continue forward. Use your rage. Use your strength in your strength of heart and strength of arms. But do not spend your life avenging the loss that you have once felt, but use it to become better. It is what your loved ones would have wanted from you from the beginning.
You see, like, like a tear leave her eye, but as it touches her scales, it just like sizzles off.
Nice. Just like one tear.
Gladdek,
Yes.
you have found your way to enlightenment. You've entertained the ideas of your friends, entertained the idea of adventure, but yet you run. You run from what you could be. And you'd run from your responsibilities for the sake of greater good. What you do with your life now is respectable to some, but dishonorable by most. If you continue on your path, you will leave a happy life. But if you truly wish to excel within your own religion, excel within your own life, you must accept the things you cannot change and lead your people to greatness. You've done this already with the group that you are in. Now do it for your people. Tar,
Tar puts the bow away as she does walk over and she does take a knee.
it's a similar sentiment. I have spoken to Dahlia. You connect so well because of connected traumas in one way or another. And that regard is why you work so well together. You combine your strengths and your sorrows. But I will give you the same speech. You cannot lead a life of revenge and vengeance. But you must accept the life that you have now and what you can do to make it better. If what you wish is to regain what you once had, you will find you will not have happiness.
She nods to that.
But I assume you are already learning this lesson. Your friends are your power, and just keep it that way.
She bows her head to that. She goes and she signs. I see that. And that's why I've claimed them as my clan now. But I seek no revenge.
You are well on your way. Yezreel.
Yezreel steps forward and kind of bows and kneels in front of him.
I hesitate to give you specifically advice. You share traits that I've felt with. This is the first time you see him move. It's a head tilt.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Your personality. The road that you had led is very similar to what I have saw in Vecna so long ago.
Oh, shit, dude. What? Fuck me, dude. What?
There is one difference, however. Your ability to change, accept, and lead. These are all traits he did not have.
Doesn't matter.
You have the ability to make things right. You have the ability to lead a group of men, armies, nations. And you have the words and tongue to make people believe what you say. Use this power for honesty, and you will go far. But if you don't, I fear Vecna is not our enemy anymore.
Oh, fuck, dude, Tucker.
Damn.
Did not see that coming, bro. Cain is seriously speechless. His jaw drops as he looks over to Yezreel, as I'm sure he looks over to the group after hearing all this.
Sorry. Oh my god, I need a moment to collect my thoughts real quick.
This may come as a shock, but I am glad you came for my guidance. If you heed my warnings, the world will be safe.
Yezreel stands up and does a bow. I understand.
Raven.
Thank you.
Raven, lastly, come kneel before me.
I do so.
You are the one who has many unanswered questions, who has spent their lifetime understanding why they are so different. I want you to answer a question for me before I tell you my judgment. Tell me what your heart says. Why do you not have wings the size of what they should be?
Oh, okay.
I'm just speechless at this point, and I don't know. I'm so analytical with everything, and I still can't figure it out.
It's very rare to see a fairy of your kind not have the aptitude, or what views as the aptitude, to grow wings. Mana has a very funny and interesting effect on those who are innately able to fly. You see, in nature, birds are kicked out of their nests in order to learn to fly. No, that may have happened to you. You felt that your life was in danger, or that you felt that you simply needed to know how to fly. You absorbed the mana within the earth in order to allow that to happen. But for some, it requires such a vast amount of mana to where you are simply not able to grow. My advice for you, to be as strong as you are capable on the inside. If you fully wish to adhere to your true power, learn to harness mana, and you will grow your wings.
Okay.
That is
That's
all.
supposed to kill the world.
That is all I can say for now. You all could be the difference. Take what I have said to heart. Don't turn on each other, for it is your actions that can save this world. For even if you beat Vecna, it will not be safe for much longer. I have faith in you all. He stands up
and goes to walk back to his room with his arms still in his sleeves.
Wow. I'll just give another bow
Oh
in
my
respect.
God. Ezreal just stands stunned.
Yeah, I'll also stand just like silent.
As he walks through the door, it's almost as if, because the door doesn't actually open, he just walks through. He steps into another plane of existence. The door, no portal in sight, just looks as solid as it was before he stepped in the room. Candles all unlit, and the dust on the cushion has remained undisturbed even from when he sat down.
I'll just turn to the group and I'll just say, well, everybody, when we all held hands at the bottom of the stairs, I don't think we were all realizing what we'd be getting into, and after all that was just said, I think it definitely brought some kind of conversation. I become speechless and I'm not sure how else to continue. I'm still processing.
That really happened, right? That wasn't a hallucination. Aslan, you didn't put something weird in the food, did you?
No, of course not. I would never. Honestly, I don't even know what we were here to do at this point. We got the book, but what are we doing at the temple again?
I'll give
we were kind of exploring out of curiosity.
For the sake of like preventing like 40 history rolls, you were sent to look for the journal for a potential of finding the compass of location.
Oh yeah.
This was just like happened to be near a fucking ancient ass temple of mana.
Well, I don't know what to say really either. That was enlightening, I guess.
You stupid shit. Tar just goes, I am just, as she's kind of signs, and she's trying to say it as she signs, because she knows Aslan's looking at her. She goes, I am just grateful that man was not our enemy. He
Yes.
truly frightened me.
I don't want to be dramatic, but when I talk to,
It's confused.
I don't want to. I don't know. When I was talking to the guru, he said if I were to try and find my true power, I couldn't have two halves be the individual, but rather them be whole. And I'll like sort of walk center stage, maybe where the monk was originally, so the whole group can look at me. And I'll just like put my hand down to my side, and I look over to Gladdek and give him a look that would signify an admission of guilt comes across the not a guilt. I'm about. Anyways, I give you the look, and I look to the rest of you. Now, I know that this may come as a surprise to many of you, but you may recall throughout the last couple of months, there has been a rather heroically strong individual that happens to show up. And I pause as I slowly reach for my back pocket. And I look up to the rest of the group, and you can see me sort of start to tremble because I'm so nervous. and I
My
pull out,
lord.
and I reach my hand in my pocket, and I slowly pull out a material, and I say, and like the guru said, if I'm to find an inner strength, I have to make two halves become whole. So, here it is, and I put on my mask.
Tar.
Dahlia like gasps but leans over to Tar and whispers, "Haven't we done this before?"
Tar just looks over as there's like you hear like the camera lens zoom on her eye before she does like a weird zombie gasp and like puts her hands over her mouth.
I know maybe some of you have known, but it's important that now that the whole group, including you, Adrona, know that I am Colonel Cain Maxwell. And I take my mask back off. It's been me the whole time.
I think we pretty much all knew the whole time.
No, no, you didn't.
Actually, you did tell me. Actually, you did tell me in the tower that you were.
Yeah, you did.
Colonel Cain.
Okay, well, still. Now everyone knows, and Colonel Cain Maxwell, aka Cain Maxwell, puts his mask in his back pocket and kind of leaves the center stage.
Raven, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, actually, I knew too. I figured it out.
No,
I
you
mean,
didn't.
honestly, I thought it was pretty easy. He just put Colonel in front of his name. It really didn't change too much.
As you put away the mask, Dahlia's gonna just to try to humor you. Is gonna go, "Wait, where'd he go?"
It's okay.
Don't insinuate these.
Dahlia, that might happen for some time until you get used to the fact that I am Colonel Cain Maxwell.
No, that's impossible. Silly you.
Dahlia, I was told in my druidic past, you're not supposed to encourage these types of hallucinations. Please, do not encourage his thing.
I was always taught to encourage creativity.
Yezreal
Yes,
walk
but
up.
not insanity.
Yezreal walk up to Cain and go, "I appreciate you telling us. It means a lot." As he does like a bro pat on the shoulder.
I was taking it more like an AA meeting moment.
I'll like also put my hand on your shoulder, and I'll say just like, I was really nervous because I wasn't sure how you guys would react.
Tar just comes up to him and pats him on the back as she signs, "I'll still do silly poses with you."
And I'll just give you a little head nod of reassurance.
As the camera pans around the group, all of this new information, unsure of the truthfulness and or the impact that you have been told that your actions would hold, or the future of that of your plane even if you are successful. It all goes around, looking at the concerned, gleeful, or even laughter surrounding the party with this new information about Cain Maxwell. How is everybody feeling tonight?
Great.
So I'm down to keep going, but I want to respect Don and Nick.
Yeah,
I got work too.
Yeah, I
So-
got.
This could be a good stopping point, but I'm down to keep going.
The camera wraps around the group as the Phoenix Force sees more divides and room for growth within one another. The chance for evil to reign true if let run rampant. The chance for growth, strength to flourish if allowed. All the more questions that have been answered have only brought on more questions. The camera skyrockets out of the temple, goes over the mountain range. That is where we'll end tonight's session.